Hello everyone, happy Wednesday to you, or middle of the week if you're watching this on Thursday. Hey, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a great summer, but here it is, the first Wednesday of August. Summer is rapidly coming to a close. School is fast upon us, so I hope you're enjoying these summer days and the warm temperatures while we have them. I wanted to share with you a thought from the Bible. I was checking things out in the Gospel of John today, and there's a story in here that I think is very interesting. Of course, it's one of Jesus's healings. And of course, we learn that Jesus is a miracle worker in the Bible, but it's interesting to catch when he healed, because he chose to heal at certain times that caused people to get upset. And here we find this in John chapter 5, where Jesus heals a man who couldn't walk. That's verse 8. Jesus said to this man, "Rise, take up your bed, and walk." And immediately the man was made well. He took up his bed and walked. He couldn't do that before, but now because Jesus told him to, he was able to walk. He stood up. Then it says, "On that day was the Sabbath." Why does that matter? Well, we're going to find out. Verse 10. "The Jews therefore said to him who was cured, 'It is the Sabbath. It's not lawful for you to carry your bed.'" See, they'd come up with a list of rules after coming back from captivity to make sure that they would never break the Sabbath. So you couldn't even carry something too heavy on the Sabbath. They'd come up with all these rules to try to make sure Sabbath was kept properly. So you can't carry your bed. Verse 11, he answered them and said, "He who made me well said to me, 'Take up your bed and walk.'" And if you couldn't walk before and someone healed you and made you able to walk, you're pretty much going to do what they tell you to do. And so he's carrying his bed around. Then in verse 12, then they asked him, "Who was the man who said to you, 'Take up your bed and walk'?" But the one who healed did not know who it was, for Jesus had withdrawn, a multitude being in that place. So they're wanting to know, who is this? Who healed on the Sabbath? Because to them, that was awful. He shouldn't have healed someone on the Sabbath. Really? Jesus went out of his way to heal people, to help people, and when you look in the Bible, he went out of his way to help people and heal people on the Sabbath too, which caused the leaders at the time, the religious people at the time, to get very upset because he was healing on the Sabbath and he wasn't supposed to do that. It was almost like Jesus went out of his way to rescue, not only heal people, but to rescue Sabbath from what humanity had done to it. With good intentions of making sure that the Sabbath wasn't broken, they'd come up with list upon list, rule upon rule of what could be done and couldn't be done on the Sabbath hours. And Jesus came along to remind us that the Sabbath is supposed to be a blessing. It was made for man. It's supposed to bless us. But we as humans, at least in that time, had taken what was to be a blessing and almost made it a burden, or maybe even a curse. And Jesus had to rescue Sabbath from what humanity had done. And I wonder if today Sabbath has to be rescued from us, from what I've done to it as well. Have I taken Sabbath, which is supposed to be a blessing, a gift from God, one of the 10 Commandments, and have I turned it into a burden or a work that has to be done? Just gave me pause to think. Now, if you're not a Sabbath keeper, if you've never kept Sabbath from sundown Friday to sundown Saturday, I'd encourage you to. It's a wonderful blessing to turn off work and worry and stress for a time and spend time with family and friends, loved ones, and spend time with God. If you've never done it, I encourage you to try. But if you are a Sabbath keeper and you've made Sabbath more of a burden than a blessing, I'd encourage you to pray about that and ask God and look at these stories in the Bible where Jesus heals and does things on Sabbath that cause people to be upset. I encourage you to look at those, pray about that, and ask God, am I keeping Sabbath a blessing and a gift, or do you need to rescue it from what I've done? Well, just some thoughts for you this week. I hope you have a great one. I hope you'll join us for worship. I'm back from vacation. I'm happy to be here and going to be preaching this weekend, sharing a message, one of our 28 fundamental beliefs. We're going to be looking at the gift of prophecy this weekend. So I hope you'll join us either in person or online. We have our Bible study time at 9:30 and our worship time at 11. So I hope you'll join us. Take care, everyone. Have a great day, and let's take care of everyone.